Welcome, everyone. This is the BumCast. I am your host, HBAC, the head bum in charge, along with Bologna and the Southside Bum. And Johnny, I almost wanted to put the intro song to be Mac Morrison, Return of the Mac, because it's Return of the Stache. And that thing is, after a couple weeks, that thing is looking mighty fine.
Hi, guys. What's up?
There he is.
The sex is back.
I'm back.
Look at you, man. You got the glasses going, you got the stash going, you're rocking the bourbon, man. That's just that drip is.
I don't understand. Like it's like a sexy Teddy Roosevelt or something, right? Is that the look we're going for? Like sexy president?
Gonna be a trust buster?
No, not really. You asked me about this pre-show, and why I'm wearing the glasses. You said why to punch me. You're not gonna punch a guy with glasses, right?
That's a good point. I think I'll still punch somebody with glasses. That's not a thing anymore. That was like in the 20s, right?
Yeah, there's no rules in fighting now, right? I mean,
I'm gonna take my gloves off and challenge you to a duel.
Yeah, you got a pistols at dawn. Is that what you're going for here? So okay, let's talk about this because we kind of we're hyping up the argument here. There was apparently there's some beef a brewing between the bums, and Johnny just went with the low blow of Aaron Rodgers.
Are we gonna start with this? I'm cool with that because I wanted to talk about it yesterday, and he's like, save it for the show. Johnny was texting me. There was a family get together at my uncle's house. My sisters were there. Johnny was there, and apparently they were just making fun of me while I was gone. Like I couldn't make it, had to work. And then he says, "We compared you to Aaron Rodgers," and I said, "I don't know what that means because to me it seems like an insult." Would you take that as an insult, Jason?
I might have to.
I'm not drugged up on ayahuasca. I'm not I
mean, you don't hate your family, right? You don't.
Yeah, I love my parents. I get along with my siblings great. So I don't know what that meant. Johnny, what did you are like Aaron Rodgers meant? Did we lose Johnny on his retort?
Oh, no.
On his return?
The Telemundo internet?
Not so much, Brian S. Not so much. Damn.
Well,
I should have known this was too good to be true.
Maybe he's planting the seeds. Maybe
was up on me.
Oh wait,
wait.
Is this?
We can hear you.
We hear you, but we don't. Oh, there we go. Okay,
it's a lot less sexy.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Yes,
we hear you. Okay,
we're back. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So basically, he only gave part of the text. This was something that was coming from his sister or his sisters. So they were saying that Peter never responds back at all. So it was kind of like it was between them and not me. I was just a middle person. So then he just could just tell everybody. He was saying, let me see. Find this. Sorry, everybody. He says, I'm a popular internet celebrity now.
I was on TMZ, so I said I was a popular
nowadays. I get like notifications an hour. I don't have time to be texting nobody's. This is his family this is his family. This is his family he's talking about. So let's keep that in mind as well too. And I sent that over to them. Yeah, the two sisters. It wasn't me. I didn't say that. So then they kept on bickering back and forth, and I brought up the whole thing about Aaron Rodgers. I said that because Aaron Rodgers, nobody likes him in his family, let alone everybody else. So I just compared him to that. It was supposed to be a joke. He then turned it into something to blow it up on Twitter and just get everybody riled up like I did something wrong. And that's
so it is my fault.
It was just a joke. Yeah, it is your fault. Right. Yeah, it is your fault.
Yeah, why don't you respond to your sisters, man? What if something happened? What if they had a blown tire or something and need you to come?
It's always bullshit. I know it is. Otherwise, I am a prompt responder of texts. I don't like let it linger. We do have family members that go missing for days on end and won't reply back. I'm a reply guy. I do reply back. Maybe if I'm snow plowing or working, then I'm busy. I can't do that. Or I was sleeping. I slept like all of Sunday basically to catch up on sleep because of the last 2 days of snow. So maybe it was that. I'm a reply guy. I don't ignore people.
Okay, so you're not hyped up on peyote.
I'm not.
I mean, you do. That shirt you're wearing right now, it has me think you might be drugged up like a motherfucker right now.
This shirt makes me look like I like drugs. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, dude.
This shirt was from my daughter's birthday. She had a unicorn birthday party, and I'm like, I gotta find a cool ass unicorn shirt. So I did.
Now you're tripping on acid.
Yeah, I'm not an ayahuasca guy.
Okay, you're
so Johnny, I retract my statement. I don't want to fist fight you.
Yeah, you're just gonna block your sisters from now on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the older brother. I gotta bully them. That's like my role.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, crisis averted. I guess wasn't as I thought we were gonna actually see some big drama here, and it turned into a big.
Well, no, I mean, but
big nothing.
I come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I come back like I've been gone for 2 weeks, and you guys are TMZ celebrities. You guys couldn't even put a cardboard cutout of me or some sort of mustache.
You know what? We have to get a cardboard cutout of each of us. So like if one of us can't make a tailgate this season at Sox games, we just
Jason, you're gonna be on your honeymoon for 2 weeks. Maybe we're gonna have to figure something out for that too. We'll put you back here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. One of the games I have is for end of April, so I'm gonna have to give those tickets away to you guys, and I'm just gonna have to put a cardboard cutout or something. Put me behind the rows at 108, and just waving to everyone or having a bourbon in my hand.
Put you in the back.
That's not a bad idea. Let's get some cardboard cutouts. Figure out where we can get those made at.
All right.
So, okay, let's talk the weekend here because we had some football. It was happy AFC NFC day to all those who celebrate.
AFC
Luke
NFC.
and Missy. Yes. I don't think Beef. I don't think we have any more Lawrence.
I'm not allowed. I was not allowed. We had a talk post show that said that segment was burnt to the ground.
In infamous glory. We might have to bring it back as every once in a while because.
Well, hold on. By the way, too, I have to compliment that. I knew every answer. I knew every answer that he was.
I knew you were gonna know it. It just they got St. Lawrence educations. They paid for nothing. These two bozos didn't know what I was talking about.
Dude, I was busy slinging porn all the time. You think I had time to pay attention to history class? I was busy trying to make deals.
It was a history class. I had Lawrence Fishburne and Johnny Drama questions.
You had Viking questions on there and shit. I don't got time to pay attention to world history. There was no pop culture classes back then.
Maybe we're gonna have to bring this back. Whenever Joey P's on, I'm just gonna test your guys' knowledge. I'm gonna disappoint your parents.
I was like the fucking OG Shark Tank, dude. Fucking making deals left and right. I'll put some respect on my name. All right, so some football was this weekend. Yeah, I think I just want to stick with the playoffs being the wild card weekend, and then just
super wild card
just
weekend.
Wrap it up and go to the Super Bowl after that because that Philly Niners game was just one big pile of poop. Brock Purdy gets hurt first drive of the game. Has a little Tommy John apparently. Potentially he has to get tested on that, but he got a torn UCL. So yeah, Eagles going to Super Bowl. I think the biggest story though, obviously, was the referees in the Cincy KC game.
No, the referees have been bad all season long. Like we've seen it as Bears fans, how they weren't calling a lot of the Justin Fields late hits and stuff like that. The referees have been bad all season. That doesn't excuse Joe Burrow for throwing 2 picks and having a 70 passer rating and the penalty at the end of the game that was rightfully called. All of that stuff wasn't on the refs. That was on the Bengals. So a lot of Cincinnati fans online were salty as shit. They just got outplayed, man. And if the Chiefs and Bengals play 100 times, I could see it being 50-50. Like a lot of that time. And this time, the Chiefs got the better of it. They got Patrick Mahomes. He had the ball. He drove them and put them in a position to win. I know the refs have been bad, but I didn't like the people blaming the refs for that game. The first game, the Niners, like, what can the Niners do? I felt bad. I know Josh Nelson and King Nam are not Niners fans. I have a good friend, Justin Dorr, is a diehard Niners fan. I mean, they were out of that game before they could even get a chance to sit down, losing 2 quarterbacks. What are you supposed to do? Like, the Niners, I feel like, had such a good season. Their defense was really, really good. But when you got no quarterback, what are you supposed to do? They had McCaffrey out there running, Wildcat. It was just a bad scene. I had really high hopes for that game. I thought the Niners could have made that game close, but dude, when you lose 2 quarterbacks, what else can you do?
It was close for the longest time, but just 36-year-old journeyman Josh Johnson just couldn't do anything, and then he gets the fumble, and then he gets concussed in the second half, and then you got Brock Purdy back in who can't throw the ball. So it's basic. They should have had McCaffrey just run the Wildcat the entire game.
The main thing about this, like, obviously the NFL had the, third designated quarterback thing, and they got rid of it kind of like as that roster spot. They have to bring that back, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of like not being able to carry 3 quarterbacks?
Yeah, you got to do a full 53-man roster for playoff games.
It's crazy. So, but yeah, man, I'm excited. My prediction of the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl is still alive. They got to get healthy, and I really do think it's going to be a really good game. Eagles, man, they look like a wagon. They've been playing. It's weird because they play just about as good as anyone else, but something about them, like, they don't pass the sniff test. Like, there's something about them that I'm still not sold in. Maybe it's just me. Maybe, they've done enough, but I got the Chiefs. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Chiefs too. Johnny, who you picking?
Chiefs, because I hate the Eagles.
Oh, there you go. Philly scumbags, huh?
Yeah, I can't in my right mind root for Philly.
Yeah, it's tough. I was rooting for Philly in baseball just because they got so hot at the end and they seemed like a feel-good story. But yeah, it's tough to root for Philadelphia in general.
Yeah, no, I don't want Philly at all because their fans are just going to be insufferable.
Yeah, Beefloaf has a good point. The Eagles are the most mundane juggernaut of all time, and it's the truth. Like, we saw them, against the Bears. Nothing about them impresses me, but they just keep winning. So what can you do?
What can you do? So yeah, obviously the most boneheaded call of the. I was making a joke that the NFL scriptwriters wanted the Kelsey Bowl, so they had to draw up somehow to get that to happen, and then you get the 15-yard penalty on Mahomes, and with 8 seconds left in the game for roughing the passer out of bounds. But yes, that was the right call, but there was still a lot of bullshit that was going on in that game, like you said, all season.
Yeah,
going on as well. So.
Not only the Kelsey Bowl, but the Andy Reid Bowl too, dude. Andy Reid in Philly. I used to make fun of him all the time. He was the coach that couldn't get it done. Wasting timeouts. The challenge. He used to be like so bad at challenges. But dude, they've been a wagon, Kansas City, for obviously Mahomes has a big thing to do with it. But both Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, man, that's the next Belichick Brady, right? It seems like 4 AFC championships in a row. 3 Super Bowl appearances in 5 years. They are well on their way to becoming a dynasty. And I think if they win the second one, it's going to be good. For all the hullabaloo about AFC quarterbacks and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert and all these guys, it's still Patrick Mahomes, man. Yeah, on one leg, Patrick Mahomes is better than most guys. So it's interesting, and I'm rooting for them.
I hope that the 49ers, they decide to part ways with the White Sox training staff.
That's true. They're cursed. I said they have to go. I'm not a religious guy. They got to go to church. They got to call a witch doctor. Juju is off in San Francisco.
Whatever curse is on the 49ers and the White Sox, or if it's the trainers, like, I don't know if they're using the same company or whatever, but someone's not doing some stretches and some
exorcisms or Papa Shango. They got to figure something out in San Francisco because they're a talented ass team, but they just keep getting injuries year after year. If it's not the defense this year, it's the quarterbacks. It's something.
Dougie with the wait. KC is winning because Nagy's doesn't that fucking hurt the most? As soon as he fucking leaves, that he's gonna go back he's gonna get a Super Bowl right away. Like
I would be pissed.
that's like the biggest fucking kick in the nuts.
But he ain't doing shit. What are you
No,
supposed to? How are you? Patrick Mahomes quarterback coach? Like
he's probably like, hey Pat, you know what I want you to do? Shut up, Nagy.
Yeah, he's collecting the easiest paycheck of all time. So obviously it sucks that we're the worst team in the league and Matt Nagy's going to the Super Bowl, but he ain't doing shit.
No, I mean he's probably just tunes him out like that. He's like, yeah, I was winning Super Bowls where you were fucking calling, dumbass plays for screen passes on 3rd and 15. Like it sucks that he's going to get that, but I guess it's more of just Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. And also kind of what's kind of cool about the Chiefs as well is they cut bait with a lot of people last season and they still went back and especially with losing Tyreek and then
dude, remember I said losing Tyreek wasn't that big of a deal because I think they were going to try to go away from throwing those bombs a lot of the times, and they got Juju. Obviously, Juju's been off and on all year, and he's been hurt. But it still goes to the point where it's like they could just figure out a way to win. Obviously, Kelsey is one of the best tight ends in the league, and they just find ways to beat you, whether it's through the air, running the ball, or even today or yesterday, the defense showed up. Their pass rush was awesome against Burrow.
With the wisdom of the legend of Bob, we got to get Bob on the pod. Someone's got to book Bob on a pod.
Bob agrees. He says the refs what?
The refs.
Oh, the refs made that game.
Yeah.
Bob
I've never met Bob. I don't know anything about him, but I want Bob on the pod. That's like the marquee right there. Bob on the pod.
I like it.
Okay, so I think next week we'll do some bets. We'll do some prop bets for the Super Bowl.
Predictions, all that stuff.
Yeah, all that. I mean, we all picked the Chiefs to win anyways, but isn't the fun thing about the Super Bowl doing all the prop bets and everything? So I think we'll come up with a list of prop bets for the game. So before we go any further, I just want to say I got my Bourbon Bum shirt on here, and if you notice, we have one more day left for our contest. So February 1st, we announced the winner. Thank you to everyone who entered so far. But if you buy that lovely shirt on your screen right now, you'll be automatically entered to win a bottle of Blanton's. And if you throw in like a shirt like this as well, or any of other bum merch, you'll get another entry. So thank you to everyone who entered so far. We got 1 day left and announce the winner Friday morning. Or, I'm sorry, not Friday morning. Wednesday morning.
Good luck to everyone that entered. I know people are pumped about it. I'm getting DMs like, I hope I win. Can you rig it? Can you rig it for me to win? I ain't rigging shit, but someone's going to win. So we're excited. Appreciate everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So we are going to talk a little Royal Rumble here in a minute. But we did want to talk a little White Sox too. So obviously we're not going to talk about who I'm not going to mention his name, because he's a fucking piece of shit.
We can mention the name. Fuck Mike Clevenger, right? I mean, it's been said over and over for a week now. We're not going to add anything new. No. But I would like to say that the bums say fuck Mike Clevenger.
Yes, that's pretty much our stance on that. Don't cut him. Make him get suspended. I don't want to give that guy any fucking money. Then when the suspension's over, you cut him. But he doesn't need to. He's not going to pitch for the Sox. But I will say, the only comment I will say though is that this is exactly what happens when you go fucking bargain basement shopping instead of shopping in the at the higher class stores, because you could have had good rotation going if you just spent some money. But no, you had to go bargain shopping and you got stuck with fucking wife or girlfriend, woman beater, kid.
You buy your sushis at Aldi, there's a chance you're gonna get sick off your Aldi sushi. I had a DM out there. I was risking buying sushi at a Thornton's gas station. That was probably a bad call.
Yeah. Also, I want to say happy birthday to the legend himself, Phil Collins, 74 today.
That came out of nowhere. We're talking White Sox here.
Oh. I just can't see. Sometimes random shit just pops in my head, dude.
That was All right. Happy birthday, Phil Collins.
I mean, everyone's done the
Johnny, you got any Phil Collins
drums.
records back there? Genesis, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, of course he does. You kidding me? Look at that guy. Of course he has Phil Collins records.
Like Phil Collins is just known for you do the air drums.
Johnny is literally. I think it was Brian S. that said the Charlie Chaplin vibes. Charlie Chaplin vibes. He's not talking. He's all physical comedy today. There we go. Oh, that's a good one. Happy birthday, Phil Collins. Socks cry poor. Jason, let's get back on track.
I was gonna say, follow up. He's one of the shows I regret never seeing live in person. I had a chance to see him in Vegas, but my buddy wanted to go clubbing instead of seeing Phil Collins.
Did Phil Collins die?
No, he's still alive, but he's not.
He just had his birthday, 74, right? There's still a chance you can see him though.
No, he stopped performing because he's got a illness and he can't sing or not like he basically was performing like in a wheelchair or sitting down like the whole time. So
HBIC needs to do the thing where he gets up and dances again. Dance monkey. We will do anything they say. These comments are dangerous. I might have to turn them off because.
Okay. So, anyways, the reason why we wanted to talk a little White Sox is because there was the article that came out in the Tribune last week, which was just laugh out loud funny. And last year they announced that they were going to build this whole outdoor fan deck, and it was going to be the patio, and it was going to be take out some rolls from the upper deck, and it was going to be a whole new experience. And then, as we mentioned, it turned into the fucking saddest shit when they realized that the project was going to go over budget. We talked about this a couple weeks ago and how it was just basically and we were hoping that this wasn't the project that they were going to announce. But it's such a fucking White Sox thing is to announce this new fan deck, this new outdoor patio and upper deck, and then for Jerry to get the bill and say, "Ooh, can we just put some IKEA tables out there in the concourse?"
This happens to every homeowner. Julie and I moved into this place 2 years ago. We had high hopes for it. We were going to say, we're going to finish the basement and do all this stuff. And then you get the bill for all that stuff is like, oh shit, maybe we just go paint something. Jason, you're going through it right now. You got plans for an awesome bar in your basement. You got sticker shock at your first estimate, correct?
I did.
That just happened with Jerry. I like to bag on Jerry, but dude, remodeling your home costs a shit ton of money. Maybe he just got sticker shock, and he said, let's just paint these walls and add some picnic tables."
If anyone wants to do some plumbing for me for a nice bottle of bourbon, slide in my DMs because I need some plumbing work done, and I ain't paying.
It just we knew we talked about it 2 weeks ago. We knew that like when they announced the bar in the upper deck area. There's going to be some bullshit, and ended up being some bullshit. So
yeah,
it's not a surprise. They got sticker shock.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't spend it on the free agents, so what makes you think they're going to spend it on the fucking fan experience there?
Brian S., I'm with you, man. I'm a landscaper, and I've been saying I'm going to do the outdoor patio for 2 years now, and I still haven't done it. It just happens. So Jerry ain't doing shit either. Yeah,
that's why. I hope whoever runs the White Sox next has some deep pockets and acts like a billionaire who doesn't cry poor because they didn't want to pay the unions and some cement's a little expensive right now.
Beeflo says all that floppy disk money and he's trying to barter for plumbing.
And that floppy disk money got spent on video games, dude.
that floppy disk money is long gone. We've been out of high school for damn near 3 decades.
That was, the PlayStation 2 games were $50 a pop back then, man. Like, you had to make sure you get the new Metal Gear or Final Fantasy somehow.
Yeah. The only other White Sox note I had, I saw people commenting on it. Beef and Jackie talked about it. Colton Montgomery was number 25 on the prospect list by Keith Law. I'm all jazzed up. Joey P's all jazzed up for Colton Montgomery. The one thing I will say, though, is the Guardians won the division last year. They've got 6 motherfuckers in the top 100. We're happy about Colton Montgomery, but The Guardians have a boatload of dudes that are coming up, and they're either going to be like they're going to be awesome for them, or they're trade pieces to make Cleveland. I want to keep saying Indians. I'm not going to do it. To make the Guardians better. So, as much as I'm happy for Colson Montgomery, this is just another indictment on Rick Hahn. We got one guy, and we're all happy, and we're thinking he's the future. And Jason, you mentioned like maybe he moves to second base, or I saw SPF earlier saying like trade TA. We got Colson. We got one guy, and we're super happy about it.
Well, we got two. We got Oscar Cole.
He's not in the top 100 though.
Oh yeah, no.
He'll probably be on the opening day roster.
Yeah.
You know, cross your fingers. He's our right fielder. But we got one dude that's like, you know, top 100, and we're like, fuck yes. And it's like, meanwhile, the people we're competing against
you know what Sox fans are when they saw that list? They're that meme with the metal guy doing the champagne biting down on the metal. And he's like, he's at the bottom tier, and everyone else is on top. That's like, Sox fans.
Yep,
that's Sox fans. We're bottom there, popping bottles and biting down on medals for having one guy in the top 30. Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, well, hold on a second. Hold on one second though. But we for the longest time we had the number one farm system, and look at where we're at right now. It doesn't necessarily mean like whoever Cleveland has a 6 top whatever is going to pan out. That's the problem. Like
maybe they'll all get injured. Maybe they'll all have bad hamstrings and quads and groins and everything.
You can't. It's great that Colson Montgomery got to that point. I think Oscar Colas may be on there. I'm not quite sure, but you know, obviously it's good to have him on the top, at least the top 25. But it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, the Cleveland Guardians are going to be like, you know, the next big thing. Like all those guys can either pan out or they won't. Look at the Sox. We had the number one farm system. It's not panning out right now. It maybe did. We had 2 playoff appearances. We were supposed to go to the World Series, and look at where we're at right now. We're struggling. Obviously, we have a shitty owner. So, you know, that's like another thing that, you know, he doesn't want to pay free agencies. But, you know, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it's either it can be good, but also too that, you know, it could kick you in the ass too. So for the Sox, man, I just feel like
they're prospects until they're not prospects. You know, like that's what they are. And like you said, maybe they get traded. Maybe we trade Colson Montgomery now for a pitcher because we need one now. And I think the saddest thing was last week was Sox fans like being disappointed that Zach Greinke went back to the Royals. Like, is that how bad we got as a fan base that we're pissed off that Zach Greinke went to the Royals? Like, I am so like not excited for this season. Like,
I mean, Greinke's a weirdo. I like weirdos. He's.
But I'm just saying. But that's like we got disappointed for a Greinke signing. That's how desperate we got for a pitcher now. And who knows if we're gonna have some of our guys traded for a pitcher or whatever. But I'm not excited for this season, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope this, like, the last time I felt this like apathetic towards the season was in 2005 when they didn't re-sign Mags and they got rid of Carlos Lee, and you know, like it seemed like who the fuck is Scott Pasednik and who's Jermaine Dye? Okay, like, oh, AJ Brzezinski, he's not a good guy. Like, no one liked him in Minnesota. Like, but that worked out. But I'm just saying, like, I haven't been excited about this season, and I hope that my apathy turns into excitement if we actually start winning and hitting home runs again. Now that we don't have a sleepy manager.
I left this comment up because I didn't want to mention. I'm not saying trade TA. I've seen that out there. I think I saw SPF say it earlier. I'm on the White Sox go as TA goes, and I think he's going to have a huge. If we have a good year, he has to have a huge year. He's the straw that stirs that drink. So I'm on the TA bandwagon.
Yeah. So good for Colson, and bad for the Sox for being cheap again. So stock that. Just make sure the beer fridges are stocked, and put some decent tequila in the tequila bar this season instead of fucking Cuervo in 1800.
That's what's gonna be. It's sponsorship dollars, baby.
Fucking whatever. So what do you want to talk next? You want to talk a little rumbies, or do you want to talk a little Sammys?
Let's talk sandwiches. Sandwiches are hot in the streets.
Because
Bruhan,
I mean,
Luke, Missy,
I'm not gonna lie,
like in the PB&J game right
dude,
now.
We broke the internet the other day with the PB&J poll.
That thing went caught gangbusters. And I do want to credit, it was a conversation Luke has been having for about a month. So shout out Brewhand Luke and his sandwiches, and Missy's got involved and Julie got involved. Julie is a huge PB&J person. So Julie was the one that says, send out the poll because she wants to know, like, are people strawberry jelly, raspberry jelly, grape jelly, or whatever? And we're like, all right, I'm just sitting around the house. We're not doing anything. We're watching TV. Let's just, post that poll. And it caught on like gangbusters. So shout out everyone commenting, quote tweeting, and stuff like that. Sandwich talk is hot in the streets. So I wanted to ask you, just off the top of your head, are you a PB&J guy? And what do you do? Peanut butter and jelly. What are your brands? What are your flavors? What do you go with?
I think I'm on the record here saying I don't do PB&J.
You are. I mean, I've never gotten rid of you on the podcast. I might drop you right now.
Johnny, are you? Because then you'll just be a one-man show. Because I don't do it either.
What do you?
I don't do it. I don't eat PB&Js. I'm not dogging anybody who does it. I just don't eat it often at all. I'm sorry. I love peanut butter. I love jelly. I just never had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that often. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody out there. I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm sorry. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I just got back, so I don't want to be canceled or anything like that.
The orange marmalade people can kiss my ass. I said that. I had that tweet out there, and I purposely worded it. Others, weirdos. And people were still voting other. And those people are weirdos. I know Svo is one of them. Orange marmalade and blackberry jam. And I think Josh Nelson quoted something
had, like,
from England like that.
British.
Get out of here. So give me just either
him and his importing his $30 jelly from the UK.
Or creamy. I'm okay with either, but it's got to be Jif peanut butter. I'm not a Skippy person. I'm not a Peter Pan. I'm a Jif peanut butter guy, and then a Welch's grape guy. Or Smuckers. Smuckers is good too. I could do either one, but it's usually grape, strawberry. I'm a big fan of either. Brewhand Luke does have it with wheat bread. I think that's weird. I think if it's a PB&J, you got to have it white. It's got to be white bread. But apparently, I thought we were going to go long on sandwich talk. You guys don't even eat sandwiches.
I want to talk. I want to also talk this. Like, so Potbelly's has the best PB&J. I did not know this. Let's talk about, okay, like, take away Subway for a minute. Who has the best? What's the best sandwich shop to go to?
Oh man, I was a huge Quiznos guy. I had one right down the street from my parents' house. I used to fuck with Quiznos hard, and apparently they got into some financial troubles, and they were sourcing their own food from who knows what, and most of them closed down. I think there's still one in Willow Springs, but I haven't been there in years.
I think there's still one on like Russian Division or whatever. I think that might be the only one left in Chicago, or one of two left in Chicago.
So now I'm a Potbelly's guy. I think Potbelly's makes the best sandwiches.
Dude, I used to love with Quiznos when you go and they had the pepper bar, and you could take like their sauce, like all of, like their vinaigrette, their chili sauce, put them in those squeeze containers, put all the pickles and the hot peppers and the other ones, and you go back and you just dump it all on your sandwich. Like, Dougie, like, Jersey Mike's. Oh, Peppo's. Yeah, Peppo's is
I was talking chains. If we're just going mom and pop stuff,
this will go on forever. Yeah, this will go on forever.
A lot of people like JP Graziano. Shout out to my guys at Peppo's on 103rd and Roberts Road. Best sandwich you could have. The guts, the pickled relish, and onion, tomato stuff. Jason, we've had many a mandate at Peppo's.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah, I miss our mandates at Peppo's. Those were good times when I used to have Mondays off. Dougie, I'm kind of with you on. Yeah, Jersey Mike's.
It's fine. I mean, they're all good except for Subway.
I just actually had Jersey Mike for the first time like a month ago. I'd never ate there before, and Sarah really likes the place, so we're like, all right, we have to drive the other side of town to go get one. It was actually really good. The thing that pisses me off about Chicago, anytime there's cheesesteaks, I want it with Cheese Whiz, man. Just, I don't know why they won't do it with Cheese Whiz. If you're gonna call it a Philly cheesesteak, give me the motherfucking Cheese Whiz. Stop with this provolone or mozzarella or whatever. Do it East Coast style.
I wasn't sure if Svo was in the comments. I'm sorry, but I did call you a weirdo.
We still hope to be on your show in a couple of weeks. But
Well, I'll call you a weirdo in person, February 18th. Orange marmalade ain't it, my man.
Oh, we got this comment right here. Owner from Peppo sang it. Now that
that's a flex. That is a flex. I like that.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Jack, did they cater it too? I mean, because like if I pull up to your wedding and you just had like a big giant like 100-foot long Peppo's sub right there and guy cutting it up, I would say that's the greatest wedding I've ever been to. Like you don't need steak or chicken options. Like do I get like the turkey? Like which option of guts do I get in my sandwich? Because they have like 5 different versions of guts. Like send the invite.
Yeah, jalapeno guts is my jam. All right, so question. Of all the chains, we'll keep it the chains because if we go, mom and pop shots, people won't know what we're talking about. Just best sandwich overall from a sandwich shop. What would you order? What's your go-to?
Meatball.
From anywhere?
Meatball Potbellies I love. That's always a good go-to. I mean, it used to always be like anything from Quiznos, but I just started getting into the cheesesteak ones from Jersey Mike's, so I'm trying all of those out. Or Jimmy John's DeVito.
Julie likes the Vito a lot. I'm a country club guy from Jimmy John's, just ham and turkey. My favorite sandwich from all those Potbelly, the Wreck. I think it's got like every meat on there.
Yeah.
The Wreck is the Wreck with hot peppers is my jam.
Did you guys ever do any of the hidden menu items at Potbelly's?
I've never done hidden menus from anywhere except for In-N-Out, and I think that's my third In-N-Out.
Potbelly's has a hidden menu, and the only reason why I know that is because I walked in to a Potbelly's one time, and the guy was like, I was the only one in there, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to try one of our hidden menu items?" I'm like, "Sure, what you got there?" And it was like a wreck with like something else on there. I forgot what it was, but they combine like, kind of like the McGangbang. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are Potbelly's fans, go in there and ask them for like their hidden menu items because they have a few. Also,
I like the ham and Swiss from Potbelly's. And then like for Jimmy John's, I like the Italian nightclub as well too. So now let me ask you a question. When you go to like a sandwich shop, are you picky on what you put on your sandwich?
Yes.
No, I mean, I get everything. I always get everything. I mean, I won't fuck with like weird cheeses. I usually just do cheddar or Swiss, but I run it through the garden. Hot peppers, sweet peppers, lettuce, onion, tomato, everything. I want everything on it.
A lot of comments about Firehouse subs.
I've only been there once.
Go back to Firehouse.
I've only been there once. It was good. It was a good sandwich, but I got to try it out more. So
the one thing I liked about Firehouse when I went there was all the like barbecue sauces and hot sauces they had up there, and you could just go douse all your shit with. Because I'm a big sauce guy. Give me like every barbecue sauce and hot sauce to begin with.
Mr. Submarine, dude. Mr. Submarine is so good. Julie used to have one when we first started dating, right down their street from her. The problem with Mr. Submarine was like their normal food is almost better than their subs. So I would never get a sub from Mr. Submarine. I'd either get a burger or like the like chicken tenders or chicken tenders with seasoned fries and stuff like that. Mr. Sub.
I don't think I've had Mr. Sub since I was like 10 years old. I always thought it was just like boring sandwiches.
Oh yeah. No, Mr. Subs, that fucks. That was they used to have one. They used to have one in Bridgeport, and they took it off. And it's Antique Taco now. So I love Mr. Subs. They got a Mr. Subs. I think still out in Harlem, right? Like right by that Culver's.
Yeah, right by the Menards.
You know what I'm talking about?
99th.
Yeah,
99th in Harlem.
Yeah.
I used to go to the Mr. Sub back when I lived in the city. There used to be one right down by like Rockwell and like Western and Archer. Like Archer and Rockwell, where that Dunkin' Donuts used to be or still is.
Yeah.
That was my Mr. Sub of choice.
So no one it's surprising the comments. No one propped up Subway at all, even though I said
nobody, dude. No, ain't no one picking Subway.
Yeah. Especially when you have like that, what was it, the couple years ago when they had like the fake, like there was no bread in their bread or
oh no, I think their tuna was made of plastic and shit like that. Yeah,
like gym mats. It was gym mats, like from The Simpsons. But
Yeah.
no, everybody. No, what about Jason's Deli? You guys ever been to Jason's Deli? You ever heard of it?
Yes, I
before?
like Jason.
Too fancy.
Jason.
Yeah.
I think it's too
Yeah.
fancy for me. I don't like Jason's
Fancy.
Deli, and I don't like Panera. I don't know why. I feel like it's almost too
Panera-
healthy for me.
Panera changed their menu and I hate it. Like I used to fuck with Panera all the time. They had like a whole line of subs or sandwiches that I would get, and then they made it like all super like healthy and shit. And like I don't want that. I want some tasty subs. But yeah, I don't fuck with Panera as much as I used to. But Jason's Deli I like because they have like the big old fucking salad bar there. You can just go load up on everything. All right.
Brian asks if Panera's broccoli mac and cheese is nuts.
Oh yeah, that is killer.
good.
I love. Yes, very good.
Okay. We're gonna talk a little Rumble here before we have a couple questions. And I didn't get to watch it that much. But I had a family event, and we know we have some wrestling fans in here. So if you're not a wrestling fan, just hang on for a little bit. We won't be too long on the Rumble.
We're gonna save most of the wrestling talk. I'm gonna be on playback on Wednesday with Brian S. and Comic Punk Guy. We're gonna be watching AEW wrestling, and then afterwards that crazy UFC Power Slap Fighting League. It's nuts. So I'll save most of my wrestling takes for Wednesday, but we wanted to mention a couple things because Royal Rumble is my favorite event of the year. I think we're all in the same agreement where we all like it very much. So just hold on for a second, guys.
Yeah, just the only thing I want to say is one, I thought the men's match was bleh. It was very meh. From what I heard, I didn't get to see it live, but I heard the women's match was very, very good. And happy for that because you can't have two bad Royal Rumble matches. But men's match, there was no really big comebacks besides Cody Rhodes, no big surprises besides maybe Booker T.
Yeah,
from
Booker
the
T and
Legends.
Logan Paul.
But yeah, and I think Peter, you have the video you want to queue up here. I think the highlight of the Royal Rumble men's match was this video clip right here.
So yeah, this is the video I wanted to mention only because for everything we've talked about Logan Paul and the Paul brothers and how ridiculous they are as human beings, but this was one of the damnedest things I've seen in a wrestling ring.
I don't know, but I guarantee it's highlight worthy. Oh my goodness, what a collision! What the hell just happened?
That was probably the highlight of the men's Rumble. It was really good, and he's impressed people. He's impressed me in the wrestling ring. I was happy that Cody won. I thought it was kind of predictable. We all knew he was going to win. It wasn't a surprise, but he's been telling a really good story since he's left AEW. I like, even the little things he does when he's pointing to the sign, he does the too sweet and kisses the gun as an homage to the Bullet Club and Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. He's telling a really good story. And the other thing I wanted to mention was Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Julie ended up watching that main event with me. She doesn't give a fuck about wrestling, but I had explained it to her and stuff like that. They're telling a really interesting story. And it's something that WWE's been lacking for the better part of 5, 6, 7 years. So for all their faults and all their warts and stuff like that, the women's match was good. There's some good things happening in WWE. And yeah, that's all I'll say. Johnny, did you get to watch?
No. I mean, I watched the first. I'm sorry, I watched the first like 15 entrants, and then that was it. I didn't watch it afterwards. I mean, I was texting you, telling you, asked you. So yeah, so no, I was just waiting for the surprises. I thought something like big was going to happen. There was a lot of people, thinking something like The Rock was going to show up, and he never did. I don't think he ever will. Like, it just seems like this is not going to happen. Like, I thought this was going to be a thing. I don't know. We never know, but I just don't think it's going to happen. If they're saying that he's not, wrestling ready and whatnot, but I mean, obviously in his age as well too. Yes. I mean, it does take a toll on you if you have to go a couple matches and whatnot, but I don't know. You thought it was good, or, you thought it was, better than some Royal Rumbles, but
as overall, I was entertained more than I was bored. We all watched the Rumble for the surprises, when AJ Styles came back and when Edge came back and stuff like that. Those are the moments we're expecting. There was none of those. There was no moments besides that Logan Paul thing and Cody winning. But overall, it was still fine. I mean, B. I'm not going to say B+, but it was a B pay-per-view. It was fine. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, the main event was good, but
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
what
get
I'm
to
saying.
watch
Roman
the
Reigns
release.
and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are telling a hell of a story. So that is commendable.
All right, we got some questions here. First off, you guys ever nipple itch before?
All the time.
Fuck, man.
Is this
It's so annoying.
is this part of the question or?
Tough scene.
No.
Is that your
This
question?
is
That was
just
your question of the week?
no. That's not my question.
People in the comments,
are-
who got itchy nips?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just the weather or whatever. Okay, so I had this question because Groundhog Day is coming up here, and the movie was obviously they show Groundhog Day every time around this year or this time of the year. They show it all the time. So I have a Groundhog Day related question there as it kind of relates to the movie. But if you were stuck reliving the same day, but you had to choose between these 4 options to keep reliving over and over again, which would you choose? And your options are the day your 21st birthday, your wedding day, Christmas Day, or New Year's Eve. And it's just, which of those 4 would you choose to relive over and over again?
Are you stupid?
Maybe.
Sarah and Julie watch every show. They're in the comments right now. Of course it's going to be your wedding.
I don't think Sarah would pick that.
I'm picking my wedding.
That's a long.
I had a fun
day.
ass time in my wedding. We had a good ass time at our wedding. Maybe Julie's options would be different, but I'm picking my wedding.
Because you spend half your day taking pictures and then you're up and you're doing this and this and this. I don't want to relive I love my wedding day. I don't want to relive it every day. That was a lot.
That's fucked up. It is emotionally draining. Beefloaf says it's emotionally draining. I'd relive my wedding.
See, even Sarah said. She even said, not the wedding.
Well,
you don't want to relive wedding. You just don't want to get in trouble.
No, our wedding. I had much more fun at my wedding than my 21st birthday. I don't even remember what we did. Yeah, I don't remember what I did in my 21st birthday. I know my 20s were fun as hell, but that specific day, I don't know. And then Christmas and what is it? New Year's? New Year's sucks.
Or New Year's Eve.
New Year's is the most overrated holiday out of the bunch. Even in our 20s, New Year's sucked. Give me Black Friday. Give me a St. Patrick's Day. Give me something else. Opening day. If it's like a White Sox opening day with a nice day.
Oh yeah, I'll
if it's
take
in the
that.
60s or 70s, give me that over New Year's.
I said I would pick New Year's Eve because you don't do shit except for the last like 3 hours of the day. Like your entire New Year's Eve is you got the day off of work, you sleep around all day, maybe watch some movies, some football, and then you get ready, you go out for a nice dinner, and you drink your ass off.
You know what?
That sounds like a day I could relive.
I don't care
like
what Sarah says. Maybe Sarah's not mad that you didn't pick your wedding. I'm pissed you didn't pick your wedding. I brought like $800 worth of bourbon to your wedding, and you're not picking that. Now I'm mad. You're in my doghouse. Fucker.
JC, you need the glasses on now.
No, yeah. I don't think I would pick Christmas because I don't think I could relive as much as I love Christmas. I don't think I could relive Christmas Day like every time and have family all around every day and having to cook and do all that stuff. I would go. On my 21st, it was something until it wasn't anything, until I don't remember anything. But
here, can I tell you what my 21st birthday was? I had gotten hernia surgery.
I remember.
That's not fun.
Yeah, so I don't want to relive that. What was the other? Wedding. I'm not married. I don't, married at all. Like,
get at him, ladies.
I don't know if I'll ever get married. I'm not sure. I'm a big uggo. So, was it Christmas and New Year? I hate New Year's. I hate it. Like I hate New Year's with a passion. I think it's just so overrated.
Johnny, we never mentioned, obviously, your 21st birthday. Yeah, you were having surgery. If you could relive your birthday, we've never told the Michael Jordan story on this podcast.
No, you have.
We have?
Yeah.
Maybe
Michael
a long
Jordan
time
was
ago.
that
birthday, yes. That was my 22nd birthday. Yes, that was my 22nd. Yeah, that was my 22nd birthday. So that I would put that as my 21st birthday because that was when I really got a chance to go out. But yeah, my 22nd birthday, Michael Jordan and Charles Oakley were both at that party. So
that was a good time.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised, Peter. I'm not gonna say I'm surprised, but hearing you pick wedding, from my most recent experience, it was draining and just exhausting.
I honestly, if I'm picking from those 4 days, I did have a lot of fun at my wedding. We were all there. We all look good. I've got that picture
That's
of
true.
us like walking like Reservoir Dogs. That's like the coolest we've ever looked. Family was there, friends were there. We spent a shit ton of money, but I feel like I got my money's worth at least for one night. So yeah, I think I'm picking wedding.
Okay. I actually have another topic I want to talk about, but Johnny, I know you had a question you wanted to ask too.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were going to ask this question, but I will throw it out here. This might upset a lot of people, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm gonna throw it out here anyways. I was thinking about this as well too, as far as like TV shows. I think mostly everybody loves TV shows on here. We watch a lot of TV or whatnot. What would you say? Here, my thing is, what do you think that if you had a show that that you would say that everybody says it's a great show, but you cannot watch it at all, even though they
Big
say,
Bang
"Hey,
Theory.
it's great." Well, hold on a second. Even though it's great, even though it's great, and you even gave it a shot, even you even tried to give it a shot. Obviously, you already said it, so you said Big Bang Theory. So
yeah, but I don't know how many people are saying it's great. I know a lot of people watched it and it broke records and those guys got paid, but who is really saying Big Bang Theory is awesome?
Okay, yeah, I don't think a lot of people say a lot of people. Go ahead.
I have two answers.
So I'm talking about like Sopranos or Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, I like what are the shows that everybody? I remember in movies you were saying that you didn't want to watch The Godfather because it insists upon itself. You were just taking
that was
a Peter.
more of a family.
Yeah,
it was
like a family guy. But yeah, I mean, Godfather is one of my favorite movies of all time. But like I said, in TV shows, like, what do you think? Like, as far as your list, I got mine hands down.
So I have two answers. One of them is not really. And I want to give a shout out again to Brian S. and Getting Drafty because I watched that whole draft with Beef Loaf and everyone else on the Sopranos draft. I've never seen the Sopranos, but I haven't given it a fair shot. So that's not my answer. The Wire, I've tried to watch 2 different times and people insist that it's awesome. And I just haven't been able to get into it. And at this point, I'm not sure if it holds up, 20 years later. So my answer is going to be The Wire just because I tried it twice. And it wasn't working. People in the comments, Schitt's Creek, Julie and I tried to watch Schitt's Creek on 2 different occasions too. And we haven't gotten into that either. I just don't get it. Maybe it's just not for me.
I watched one episode of that too. And I was like, nope.
So those are my 2, comedy, Schitt's Creek, and then The Wire.
Does reality count? Because The Voice is for me.
I would just stick to like TV, like series and whatnot, because reality's probably like a different monster.
Yeah. I think obviously Big Bang was for me. I think Euphoria too. I tried a couple episodes.
We're too old for that show. We've thought
about Sarah was watching it, and I was like, "Well, I enjoy the sex, but can't do it."
Bonk. They might be too young for you, dude.
Well, they're not young in real life, so
no. But that show's not made for us. That show's just not made for us.
Yeah, not made for us. Speaking of shows that is made for us, though, and this is a good transition. I found this new show me and Sarah found this new show on Netflix the other night called The Physical 100. And if you haven't heard of it, it's basically American Gladiators meets Squid Games. It's Korean show, and it's all these big fucking buff athletes, bodybuilders, fitness gurus, military guys, and they have to go through Squid Games without the death.
Count me out.
And they win a cash prize, and they're battling each other, and it's a competition show. But it's worth checking out for a couple episodes because it's pretty funny.
I've never gotten into Rick and Morty too. shout out
Yeah,
our
I can't
good
either.
friend
I
Rick.
can't either.
He loves that show.
But yes,
Yeah.
check out the Physical 100. It's basically Squid Games meets American Gladiators, and we all loved American Gladiators back in the day.
I'm down for that. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
back in the 90s, yeah. Like, did you
Shout
see
out-
the remake with Hulk Hogan and whatever that other
Oh,
host
it
was?
was
It was terrible.
it was Muhammad Ali's daughter, right? Layla
Oh yeah,
Ali.
Layla Ali. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was bad.
No. Shout
the
out
one-
the OGs, Larry
The
Zonka
OG.
and Mike Adamley.
Yes.
The one thing with this Physical 100, I don't know if this is a regional thing or if Netflix is doing this now, but they only released the first 2 episodes, and then like every week they're releasing like 2 more.
Jason might have an aneurysm right now. Beefloaf says The Simpsons is a show that I was very meh on and jumped off the boat early.
I'm not gonna have an aneurysm because I jumped off the boat too after like season 12.
Well, but yeah, season 2 through 11, or no, even 12 and 13 were good.
Yeah, now they're an episode, or they're season like
Yeah.
46. So,
Yeah.
They got renewed for 35 and 36.
oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't know how many more storylines you could do with that, but okay. Well, I just want to mention that was the thing. Peter, do you want to save your question for next week, or do you want to go?
I'll do it real quick because it was topical because of what we were talking about wrestling and also something that has been happening. I know Beefloaf is in the comments on the 108 podcast. So my question is, what is something that you thought you will probably outgrow that you haven't? So mine is probably wrestling. You know, if you told me at 12 and 13 years old that I liked wrestling, of course I did. Everybody did at that age. I haven't outgrown it. I'm a almost 40-year-old guy talking about wrestling. And the reason I bring this up is because Beefloaf has been doing this fart thing with that little thing that he squeezes and it makes a fart noise. Shout out Julie. I love her. She'll admit to this. She was rolling on the floor laughing whenever Beefloaf was making that fart noise. She loved it. And it's something that you just don't outgrow. Some people like farts are funny. Let's put asses in the seats.
Hold on,
So-
but I know Beef's on here. I don't mean to cut you off. I know Beef's on here. That is such a Leslie Nielsen gag. He's been doing that for such a long time. Farts will never get old. It's the funniest thing. Yeah.
So that's my question. I obviously we talked wrestling. Julie is probably, I could hear her giggling upstairs. It's funny. What is something you think or you thought you would probably outgrow that you haven't?
Club music.
That's a great answer. You're still the unsky of the group.
I all my podcasts, my music podcasts are like Mark Knight and Robbie Rivera and just like a bunch of house music and techno guys and everything. So yeah, I'm a club music.
That's a good answer, Jason.
Cousin John just putting it out. I'm the same way too. I think obviously Peter, you got the shit in not shit. You got all that stuff in the background. It's collecting like old toys or like bobble. I got stuff all over here as well too. Like I don't think I could get like I'm just such a a kid at heart. So I mean I like stuff like that. I'll still be collecting stuff. I bought like 2 He-Man toys. I bought like a He-Man and a Skeletor. They were like small little figurines at the dollar store. Like something that I just can't I can't get away from.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with like nostalgia. Obviously, nostalgia.
Yeah,
plays.
nostalgic. Yeah,
and at some point, we want to get the things we couldn't have as kids. I went through that stage with Jordans. You know, my parents couldn't afford Jordans when I was younger, and it wasn't until like way later in life that they got me my first pair. And then when I was old enough, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm buying every Jordan I can till I had kids." But then I think we all go through that. You know, like wrestling buddies and whatever else you can find from your childhood, you kind of want to relive that.
Yeah. All right. Peter, you ready to bump some people?
I am ready to bump some people.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
A bum. Okay. I'm going to start it off this week. I'm going to keep mine quick. My MVB for the week is the NFL, as much as I trash them, because they announced a salary cap for this year, and the Bears just got richer, people. They raised the salary cap to a nice hefty 225 million, give or take a couple $100,000. But Bears now going to have $98 million in salary cap room. So if they don't throw all that money at fat guys and maybe another wide receiver, I don't know what to tell you then. But look at, I mean, the gap is 40 million between 40. Oh, what is that? 10, 20, 30, 38. Like,
come on,
okay,
man,
so
you're the math guy of the group.
Yeah, no, I'm not. So you got 46 million in between there.
Divided by 2.
Yeah. Hey, we finally got one right, Doug. Took us a while. But yes, I am very happy NFL finally raised that cap a good hefty amount, especially in the year that the Bears needed it the most.
We're rich, baby.
Yeah. Now let's go out there and sign them free agents. My what a bum. I hate to do it to her, but it was Anita Baker for her national anthem.
Oh.
The other day. That was bad.
I need a baker or I need a singer.
Yeah.
Hey-o.
Uh-huh.
It was bad. It was really bad. We were watching.
There was a lot of her versus Fergie for bad anthems. I think Fergie still takes the cake for worst anthem of all time.
Roseanne.
Oh,
Roseanne
yeah.
was bad. Carl Lewis. I think the 108 guys mentioned it, but Carl Lewis had an all-time bad anthem. And then there was this girl, and it sucks because she was a younger girl. It was the time where I think it was on the Trailblazers. Maurice Cheeks ended up singing with her because she forgot the lyrics. That's a tough scene.
Roseanne Barr.
And OG Barstool Big Cat was terrible. He's gotten better nowadays. OG Big Cat, no bueno.
Yeah, but that was a bad anthem on for the first game. The second anthem was really good.
Yeah,
the dude from I think the Navy guy or whatever was doing it. He did an awesome job. But yeah, I mean, I hate doing it because she's like a legend, but that was not good.
Yeah,
so hate to
good
do
call.
it. But all right, Johnny, what do you got?
I'm gonna start for my MVP, and it's you guys. You guys going on TMZ and representing the bums, and obviously you had your 15 seconds, so obviously I couldn't make it.
The sponsorships have not rolled in, Johnny, and I am fucking pissed off about it. Like we
Shocking,
thought,
we're not famous.
Yeah,
it'll
they
be
saw these
there.
gorgeous faces on TV, and they didn't just.
I told you, and I'm gonna tell you why. You did not have a cardboard cutout of me. That's where the millions are going to start coming.
You know what? And that's our fault.
Do
because
that.
If we put a cardboard cutout of you with that Stache going, Just for Men would have called fucking immediately.
Yeah.
Or
dude,
what's the or beer?
We
what's
got a demographic.
No,
over
just for men. Hit us up, Jason. You got the beard going, Johnny. You too, dude. I got a haircut the other day, and I've got a silver streak going straight down the middle of my hair, and I just noticed it. So,
oh yeah, you look.
I'm not gonna
you
fuck
look
with
like
it.
Ric Flair.
You look like
Ric
just for
Flair
men.
now.
Yeah, we're
what's
at the demographic.
What's the beer company? Dollar Shave Club. Yeah, Dollar Shave Club. Maybe
we'll sell the shit out of some fucking dye.
Yeah,
you're gonna look
That's
like Carlos Boozer in the middle of 108. With the freaking paint and everything. We'll get you going good, brother.
Who's your bum?
All right. Well, then my bum of the week is the Empire State Building.
Yes,
because I don't know why the hell, and this was the first one. They put the colors of the Eagles on there. If the Sears Tower would ever put that yellow on those poles, I would climb up there like fucking Spider-Man and just rip those things apart. Like who the fuck? Like I don't know what they're trying to prove. I know they did it with the Kansas City Chiefs as well too, but you're fucking stupid. You're a New York team. Why would you put a rival fucking colors? It's like fucking putting like gang colors on there. Like you're fucking stupid, man. Like I don't understand why would you do that? What's the point of it? I don't understand it whatsoever. You guys are fucking terrible. New York in general, but Empire State, I'm sorry, you guys are not even bums of the week. You guys are the fucking dumb fucks of the week. I'm sorry, you're just dumb. That's it.
I like it. Go off, King.
Yeah, I love
Johnny's back, baby.
Johnny rant. I love it. All right, Peter, what you got? Take us home.
My MVB. I don't have a name, but I have a video. It's a minute long, and I'll go talk about how he is my MVP after.
Somebody came on the floor on the far side. Looking for an Uber Eats delivery or something there? Is carrying some McDonald's.
Oh, this has to be one of the all-time
I'm
greats.
actually not kidding.
No,
I
this
think,
is the
I
truth.
think that's what's happening.
This guy's in the corner. Looked like was he going to deliver the McDonald's to somebody on the court? Can we rule that out?
He's.
I mean,
I think that's an Uber Eats sticker. Is that what that is? I'm trying to get confirmation. Uber Eats, yes.
Maybe I'll put my hand up. I'm getting a little hungry. You can bring it over here.
So we saw the stoppage. The man was Usher. Let's see if we can see this. No, this is going to be the turnover in the
There
corner.
he is,
There
there in the corner. Yay.
So this guy is actually, who's he delivering it to?
The ref.
The
ref
official?
said later. Give it to me later, not now.
Philip Alston's done a lot. I didn't think he needed a Big Mac for sustenance in the middle of the game.
I know, but I'm not. Well, the official out there, Tim, he distanced him like, I didn't say now. Later.
That guy went above and beyond. If I'm Uber Eats, I use that clip and put it in the Super Bowl. That tells you your delivery drivers are willing to do anything to deliver.
I want to
your
know
food.
how he got security clearance. You just walk in and be like, "You get tickets, sir?" No, I'm the Uber Eats guy. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Like, who fucking what kind of security do they have at that place?
Thoroughly impressed with that guy.
I have to try this at the Sox game. I'm gonna order some Rick Benny's. I'm gonna order like a steak sandwich.
Hell
I'm just
yeah.
gonna tell him like, hey, don't.
The Rick Benny's
Yeah,
guy
I'm just just cut through the field. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
That's
Tell him to go through gate 2, you know, and then go up through the bullpen bar, and then we'll have your sandwich there. Let's see how far he gets through security.
Yeah,
but I don't know how that guy made it.
I don't know how he got there. I don't know where he was delivering to, but that is a great commercial for Uber Eats. So he's my MVP. Shout out to that guy. Don't have his name. He's my MVP.
But here's my thing: like, how the hell did he get into the arena? Like, you need a ticket to get in.
That's what I was just saying. Like, how do you get past security? Like, tickets
it's
are
crazy.
like, oh no, I'm the guy in the front row just fucking ordered on his like that's amazing.
Yeah,
Chirizi says,
Chirizi got
your
he's got a
breaded
point
steak will
about the
get
whole,
rock cold. It'll be ice cold by the time it gets to your seat.
I asked one of the concession stands like if I use their microwave.
Yeah, warm it up.
And
Yeah.
Peter, what do you got? Who's your?
I hate to
We got to do it. We
have to. Jason, you know who it is. I
Yep.
hate to do it to him. He's literally the OG BumCast listener. Our friend Tom, Heart of Gold, Tom. He did me dirty, and I've got a slideshow to prove it. Our buddy Tom won the Jewel Osco Pappy Van Winkle 15-year bourbon raffle. It was the day of our watch party for the United States versus England. And he won the raffle that I told him to enter. And if you see I'm going to read it for the podcast listeners, but it says, "Thanks for the heads up, Peter. Not sure if I'm going to drive all the way up to St. Charles to pick it up, but exciting regardless." And immediately, this is a group text with all of our friends.
Going, just so you know, my buddy lives in Orland Park. So Orland to St. Charles is a
50
drive.
minutes. It's a 50-minute drive. But he's like, I don't know if I want to go pick it up. Immediately, our friend Andley, "I'll drive you to St. Charles. Go get it." I said, "Tom, I'll for sure drive. Like, don't worry about it." He says, "I got the idea to get some hiking trails nearby. Make it a 2-for-1 deal tomorrow." And I said, "I'll hike with you." He said, "Let's do it. We'll leave tomorrow around 6 a.m. 6 a.m. the day after our watch party, where I'm chugging beers with Dougie Freshness. We're doing tequila shots. Jason, you're pouring doubles of things. I'm like, I don't care what has to happen. I'm going to make it there. So I'm like, all right, pick me up 6 a.m. We get there. There's a picture embedded. Tom, he's hiking with his dog. Lovely dog, by the way. And I'm hiking for goddamn bourbon. And I'm like, whatever. I don't care, because at the end, it's going to be awesome. And our friends agreed. Hang in there, Peter. The reward will be worth it. If you only knew the half of it. We go to this hiking trail that we don't know about. I haven't even told this story to Julie. We go off the beaten path because his dog doesn't like to go over like bridges and stuff. And it's understandable, you know. It was a long ass bridge. We go hiking through some woods. We hear fucking gunshots. We're like, holy shit, what is happening right now? Apparently, we were in an area of the woods that was like legal for them to hunt ducks or something like that. Immediately, I'm like, what the fuck? We're not wearing orange. We're not doing anything. I like walk into like, like Ukraine. The dog's going crazy. He's off the leash. We're like, we got to get the fuck out of here. We book it. He grabs the dog. We book it. And I was like, it was crazy. It was literally crazy, the things I do for bourbon. And then afterwards, we get home. This all happens at like 6:15, 6:30 in the morning. We get the bottle. I offer to pay half of it. I'm like, hey, let's split it. Like I'll split it with you. We could share it together. He's like, no, don't worry. I'll get it. And then he says, do you want some? When we got home, it was 9 a.m. My kids are asleep. There's no way I'm popping bottles at 9 a.m. I regret that question to the day I'd live, because he says, unless something comes up, we'll have a nice barbecue. He offers the host. We'll drink the bottle in the spring. Awesome. Jason, what happened to that bottle?
It got sold for $1,500.
He sold the goddamn
Oh
bottle.
my gosh.
He sold the bottle of bourbon for $1,500. I'm happy Tom made that money. We don't bottle flip in our group. Jason, you know it. We don't bottle flip. We've had chances, like our purple tops could have gone for a lot of money. We share the bottles with Whiskey at Comiskey, with everyone else. I goddamn went through war for this bottle of bourbon, and he fucking sold it without me having even a lick of it. Bum of the week, bum of forever. Tom, we might not ever talk. I might not ever talk to Tom again.
Come on, Tom. Wow.
He did say he bought a guitar with the money, though.
I don't want to hear one
A
goddamn
guitar?
song he plays.
I don't even know he plays. What is he, Jimi Hendrix?
I guess he's taking up the guitar now. So he said he used that happy money and bought a guitar. So
I was hungover as shit, hiking, gunshots, ducks. Who knows what happened? And in the end, I got no bourbon. I know this was a long story. I just noticed the comments, but I had to tell it.
still not as long as a beer gutter and Jim story.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So Tom, bum of the week. Hopefully, Jason. God damn it! I'm so lucky. You found that bottle. I was able to have some of your bottle, but I was hoping to have some of Tom's bottle.
I was hoping to have some of Tom's bottle too. Because
We all were. We were gonna have barbecue and happy.
yeah. And speaking of which, I'm just counting down the days till Wednesday, and that's going to be a Whiskey Wednesday for the books, because I have a whole lot of bourbon that I'm going to go through that I've been picking up for the month of January, and dry January is officially over, and I am going to just put all the weight back on that I lost. So
there you go.
I'm gonna go on a bender for sure on Wednesday. So
right. Before we go,
one last final thing. We are 3 weeks away, folks, from the Bums being on Yumper Svo at the show at the Wieners Circle in the Relish Room, February 18th, 6:15 p.m., followed by shenanigans over at Burwood Tap. We already have some good number of RSVP guests, so if you haven't yet, please shoot us or Yumper Svo a message. Let them know that you're going to be showing up, because we want to make sure we get enough tables reserved at Burwood Tap as well. But we look forward to seeing all of our friends there, and we will be celebrating also Johnny on Saturday for his 40th birthday. So,
and Wednesday, Brian S., Comic Book Guy, and I on playback. We're going to be talking wrestling. All of my thoughts that I cut short about the Royal Rumble will be on playback, the Tainted Glove channel, and then we're going to be watching some UFC fight slap crazy thing. That's almost like the main event. I love AEW wrestling, and I'll talk wrestling as much as I can. But that Power Slap show was something else. Luke was in the comments. We had a couple other people in the comments. It was literally like a circus sideshow freaks. It was crazy. And I loved every second of it. We couldn't stop watching. We're going to do it again on Wednesday.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us for this show. We love you guys. We'll catch you next week or Saturday or Wednesday.
Johnny, welcome back.
Welcome back, Stache.
Cheers, everyone.
Return of the Stache.